Thank you so much, Mindy. And thank you, people who turned your camera on. I really, really appreciate that. As a person who gives presentations, it's really good to see your face because 68% of what we communicate is through our body language, not through the words that are coming out of our mouth. So I want to say hello to Craig. James, thank you for turning on your camera. Leslie, how you doing, Leslie? You there? She's probably cooking in the background. Brittany, good to see you there. I got Kimi. We've got Tolulope. I want to just tell me how to say your name properly. Thank you for turning on your cameras, folks. Good to see everyone. So today we're talking about why the why is important. A little bit, I'm going to expand a little bit on what Mindy said there. Can you see this bio page of mine right now?
Yes.
Great. All right. So a little bit about me, then we're going to jump into the content. So I have a company, Thinking Visibly Consulting. I like to make our thinking visible. It's based on the book about brain works and when I was working at Harvard University, and you can see that logo there. I spent 15 years at Harvard working in IT department as an analyst. I taught at the Harvard IT Academy, worked at the Harvard Business School, teaching Harvard MBA's public speaking skills, showing them how to do VC pitches and helping them gain confidence before they go out into the workforce. And after working at Harvard, I went over to Scrum Inc. I was invited to work at Scrum Inc. Anybody heard of Dr. Jeff Sutherland? Raise your hand or open your mic. Brian has, and so has James. He invented Scrum. He is my mentor. I worked with him for 3 years while I was at Scrum Inc. And while there, working with Dr. Jeff Sutherland, I worked in the biotech industry and healthcare, where I currently hold a position at Mass General Brigham in Boston. They were my client, and then they pulled me back in to help them with their agile transformation. So I'm doing that as well. Worked with AB InBev, the biggest food and beverage manufacturer on the planet, Budweiser. We helped them with their transformation. You know, when you do consulting work, you have to sign, the NDA, right? The non-disclosure agreement. So that's why you see some icons there without the business names. So you see that fighter jet there, so you can get an idea of like which one of those companies that I worked with them. While working at Harvard University, I worked at WGBH. I had my own radio program there. I was a director. I did voiceover work for PBS, cut my teeth at Clear Channel in Texas. And what I'm probably most proud of is being a former United States Marine. And being a Marine actually prepped me for doing this type of work even before Scrum was invented, because I was in the Marines way back in 1979 when I was a kid. So you see my registered credentials there on the right. That's a little bit about me, Kevin Ball. So why is the why important? Now we have a poll there. How many people took the poll? Did you see the questions that we posted on LinkedIn?
Yes.
Great. Somebody took the poll. Okay, great. So who said yes?
Me, Brian.
Hey, Brian. Brian, what did you answer with the poll?
I answered it more from the backlog aspect. It was the third option, but I don't necessarily in day-to-day life always apply it as a backlog, but it's understanding a little bit more about what's driving that person and then
Right.
how to help or, well, how to help, how to understand, where to go with the discussion of whatever is being discussed by understanding a little bit more.
Absolutely. So the question reads like this, everyone. Why do you ask people why they want what they want? This is like in life, in business, no matter where we are. And the three responses are because you're curious. And so far, 20% of the people who took the poll said curious. The next response is I want more insight to how they think, right? Sort of what Brian was talking about. 60% of the people selected that response. And then the third response is to build your backlog. For folks on the call, if you don't know what a backlog is, it's just a wish list of items to do in your workplace. So we got 20, 60, and 20. So for me, knowing why the why is important, I just want to keep pulling that thread that you said, Brian. If you can understand how people are thinking about what they want and get some more background of where this is coming from, you're really able to deliver whatever product, service, or system that you need for whomever you're working with, whatever stakeholder you're with, whatever customer that you're working with in your private life, in your business life, it really doesn't matter. Simon Sinek is really into like why. We want to start with the why. So